A deaf boy meets Jesus. The Father has loved us so much. This shows how much He loved us. We are called children of God, and we really are His children. But the people in the world don't understand that we are God's children because they have not known Him. 1 John 3:1. One sunny summer day, James and his parents were eating fish and bread for lunch. While his parents talked, James watched their lips to see if he could understand what they were saying. Suddenly, James saw that his parents' lips had stopped moving. They looked toward the wall out the window. Their faces showed that something interesting was happening outside. James wondered what his parents were looking at. Using gestures, he asked them, "What? What is happening?" James' father stood up. He walked over to the window and looked out. James was very curious to know what was happening. James pulled his chair close to the window so he could see what was out the window too. He saw a crowd of people surrounding a man. James's father gestured to his mother. "Come on over here." James's father said something, but all James could lip read was, "Special man can heal deaf." James's father quickly grabbed James's hand. James did not understand what was happening. He and his father ran out to join the crowd and saw other parents with small children. James noticed everyone was trying to bring their children to the man in the center of the crowd. James's father picked him up and put him on his shoulders. Then James's father walked right into the crowd of people. James felt people pushing against his father in the crowd. He saw them gesturing and read their lips. "Touch my baby! Bless my son! Heal my daughter!" they said. They were trying to let the man touch their children. James counted 12 men trying to stop the parents with their outstretched hands. The men looked angry. Keep away! Keep away!" they scolded with their hands. But the parents kept asking the 12 men to let them go near the man with the beard and white robe. James could not understand why all the people wanted the man to put his hands on their children. James waved his hands in front of his mother's face. He asked her, "Who? Who?" while pointing at the man in the middle. She looked into her son's eyes. She gestured as best as she could. "It's Jesus." James looked back at Jesus. Jesus looked sad and angry because the 12 men were not letting the children come to him. Jesus looked at the parents and their children. He smiled and gestured to the children around him. "Come here, come here." The children ran to Jesus. James felt his father taking him off his shoulders. When James's feet touched the ground, he ran to Jesus with all the other children. Jesus gently picked up some of the children. He held them in his arms. He put his hands on them and blessed them. Jesus looked around at all the people in the crowd. As James walked closer to Jesus, he noticed that Jesus looked very happy. James stood near Jesus and watched him as he talked to the crowd. James tapped Jesus' shoulder. Jesus felt James tapping him. He turned his head and looked to see who tapped him. Jesus looked right into James's eyes. Then Jesus reached out and placed his arms around James. His strong hand gently pulled James close to his side. James thought to himself, "Wow, I have never felt this kind of touch before." James saw something special as he gazed into Jesus' eyes. He realized, Jesus loves me just the way I am. James looked over at his parents. His father was smiling, his mother had tears in her eyes. He ran to his parents. They hugged for a very long time. James looked back at Jesus. Jesus stood and waved goodbye to the children. The blessed and happy children ran back to their amazed parents. James and his parents started walking home. James gestured, "I love being deaf. God gave me eyes to see Jesus, and God gave me hands to tell others about Jesus." The end.